Disneyland is always full when you go because everyone there is in credit card debt. We've had people on the show endlessly go into debt to go to Disney. I've been to Disney once, the Orlando Disney, the better Disney, and I loved it. It was fun. Am I going into endless debt for it? I don't think so. But that is why Disney is always absolutely loaded up.
So there's people here who don't know how to handle their finances or even manage their finances to the point where they have crazy amount of debt and they still go into more debt just to go to Disney. And mind you, most of these are adults, right? It's not like these kids. No, adults who are willing, right? They are willing to go into more debt just to go to Disney, even though they are already in debt. Let's check out some of these people. It's crazy out here, man. It really is.
Why would I buy a car or go to Disney when I have debt? Because life still has to live. My old car was just getting unsafe. I've had it since I was 17. I love the car. I'm sad about not being able to drive it, but it was just becoming unsafe. I have small children, all in car seats. You know, the car breaking down every couple of months or breaking down when I'm on the freeway or when I'm on my way to work. And then having to spend money to fix it, spend money on Ubers or Lyfts to get to and from work, to and from picking up the kids. It was just becoming a hassle. So I needed a new car. I did get a used car, so I saved money on that. But at the end of the day, I needed a new car. I needed a reliable car. I needed something that I could feel good about putting my kids in, feel good about going to work in, and then coming home safely. Would I have liked a lower payment? Yes. Was I expecting a lower payment? Yes. Did I have buyer's remorse immediately? Yes. But here we are. Why do you buy tickets to go to Disneyland? Because again, life has to live. It's my daughter's birthday. I want her to enjoy herself. I want to enjoy the day as a family. And it's depressing when you just go to work, go home, go to work, go home, and you don't get to enjoy a day. You don't get to spend time with your family and have fun, do something different, do something that you don't normally do. And it's a birthday. It's worth celebrating. Could we have found something cheaper? Yes. But this is not something we do often. If we save Disneyland for special occasions like birthday, I think that's okay. Again, life has to live. The better question is, why did we get into this much debt? But 2024 was a really rough year. We've had a couple rough years, not back to back, but this is not our first time being in debt. We were able to get out of it. It's just this time, mentally, it's harder on me. Mentally, it's like, hey, I'm working a job I don't like. I'm away from my kids. I'm looking to get a raise, but that requires more from me. It's like, I kind of want to step away, and I want to be at home, and I want to raise my kids, focus on the family, but it's like, I got to pay this debt. I now have a car payment.
You guys are...
Why would I buy a car?
You guys are a fucking cult! I've never met Disney adults before, at least I didn't think so. Whoa, is this what they're actually like? You guys are creatures! You're spending so much money you don't fucking have! $3,000 in Disney on this month, and then $1,000 in the other card. $4,000 in Disney in one fucking month! And you're going 2 times next month, and 1 in March, and then 1 million more times next year? 2 times in the last couple months? This doesn't fucking make sense! How does this keep going? How is Disney continuing to populate throughout this conversation?
So the passes were $2,000.
For the both of us.
What?
For both of us.
For fucking what?
For the whole year. Now we can go
Anytime we
whenever
want.
we want.
To any park at any time.
Just to Disney, the Disneyland parks.
What is happening? How is this? What are you guys?
The 2 people we're going with at the end of January are paying us back for those
Paying
tickets.
it's been over a month. It is also risky. You're essentially loaning out on your credit card, a balance you have not paid.
Well, she is our old roommate, and she's always paid on time, so I just trust her.
It always takes once, just like your once of not paying your student loans. You are both subjects in this insanity. You guys are a fucking cult! I've never met Disney adults before, at least I didn't think so. Whoa, is this what they're actually like? You guys are creatures! You're spending so much money you don't gonna have $3,000 in Disney on this month, and then $1,000 on the other card, $4,000 in Disney in one fucking month, and you're going,
Now, do I have credit card debt?
2 times next.
Now, do I have credit card debt? I'm a mom from Ohio who goes to Disney World every single month. Am I financially irresponsible or super loaded? I'm gonna break this down. So after all of our bills are paid, we have between $2,500 and $3,500 left of disposable income. Could I be more responsible with that disposable income? Could I put it in a savings? Could I invest more? Could I do X, Y, and Z? Yes. Do I think I overspend at Disney? Yes. Why do we have that much money left over? It's really not because we make a ton of money. It's because we do not have a lot of payments. Our house was bought in 2020. We have one paid off van, and the other van, it has a very low payment. All the only payments that we have. We have our house and the bills that come with our house, and we have one van payment. We never do Afterpay or Klarna or any of that stuff. I get asked this, do I have credit card debt? Yes, but, and this is a big caveat, we always have an interest-free credit card. I view it as like making payments to Disney. I never let the card get out of control. Sometimes it's paid off, sometimes it has $5,000 on it. It just depends on where we're at. Always pay that credit card off before the interest-free runs out. It works for us. It's how I'm able to go to Disney every single month. I'm middle class. Like if you were to look at our income, I'm middle class. Yes, I have credit card debt, but I never pay interest on it. Kind of like how people have Disney annual passes just make payments on it. Like I'm not paying anything extra on it. We use our credit card for everything, groceries, everything. And then sometimes it gets paid off, sometimes it doesn't get paid off. It just depends on where we're at. But that's all. That's how I'm able to go to Disney every month.
As a kid, I was always a little upset my parents never took me to Disneyland. We lived about 2 hours away, but now I am 100% team parent. You wanna know why? Apparently, 45% of parents that take their young kids to Disneyland are going into debt for the trip, and not just a little bit of debt. We're talking nearly $2,000 per trip. Here's the difference between the parents, 45%, parents with older kids, adults, not kids anymore. 10% of them are going into debt. And then people without children, I know there's a lot of adults that love going to Disneyland. 16% of you are taking out debt to afford the trip. Most of the Disney goers said that the concessions are what broke their budget. 65% of them say it was the in-park food that got them, while about half said transportation costs and nearly another half said accommodations. But look, this is just one person's opinion. I think I turned out just fine not going to Disneyland as a kid. But of the people who took out debt to take their kids there, most of them say that it was worth it. I don't know. Do you think that you would take out debt to take your kids to Disneyland? And do you think it would be worth it? As a kid, I was always a little...
Here's how much I spent day one at Walt Disney World while paying off $30,000 in credit card debt. We landed in Orlando at about 9 a.m. So when we got to our hotel, we had to get breakfast. And whenever I come to Disney, I always get the reusable mug for $23. And the reason why is because I am a Diet Coke addict. So if I added up the cost of all of my Diet Cokes throughout the week, it's going to be more than $23. Buying the mug saves us money and reduces waste. Going into the trip, we had exactly one sit-down meal planned, and that was at Sanaa, which is at Animal Kingdom Lodge. The beauty in the sit-down meals is that while they are pricey, you can look at the menus online beforehand and gauge how much you're going to spend. We had 3 adult meals, 1 cocktail, we did an appetizer and 2 desserts, and I'm going to slow this down so all of you nosy little buggers can get a good look at how much we spent on dinner. In total, day one's cost added up to $288. Gasp, that's so much. I know it's a lot. Again, we planned the sit-down meal. If we didn't do the sit-down meal, I would say our total would be closer to $60, and if we did not get that mug, even lower at $45.
I'm in credit card debt, but I still have my Disney Pass, me in a Mickey shirt right now. I just feel like this is one of the things that I'm just never going to cut out because, first of all, it brings me so much joy. It is in my budget, and I feel like if I'm paying off debt and I'm putting all my extra money towards that, this is my one thing, or not my one thing, there's a few things, but this is one of the few things that is for myself that I get to enjoy and that makes life not miserable. So I feel like if you're paying off debt, I say yes, you can be aggressive and put a lot of money towards debt, but you should still find stuff that brings you joy and makes you happy, because if not, it's just gonna suck and you're gonna be miserable, and I don't want to be miserable, so I'm gonna keep my Disney Pass. I'm in credit card debt.
I just booked a trip to Disneyland, even though I'm paying off $41,000 worth of debt. This is my 3rd time going this year to a Disney park. We've really been enjoying ourselves. My kids are 4 and 5, so they're like literally the perfect age to like watch them go through and like experience the magic so purely. And so it makes us feel like we're kids again too. So we're really going to take advantage of that. And instead of doing like a traditional Christmas and a million presents and different decorations and all the things, we're just going to go to Disneyland. We just moved from Montana to Arizona. And so we do have a lot of our old Christmas decor that we brought with us that we are going to bring out hopefully this weekend. But there's no need for us to like buy a bunch of new decor this year. Honestly, we are staying with my parents currently. So like we don't have our own space to decorate, even though we will be decorating with our decorations as well here. But we really don't have to spend a ton of money on like decorations and like hosting all the different things that we would normally do in the past few years of Christmas time. Instead, we're going to allocate that and my kids will get presents from literally everyone else in their life. And we're going to take them to Disneyland the week before Christmas. I'm just a huge proponent of like making sure that we also live our life while we're in this step-free journey. I know it's maybe not the top choice for someone who's paying off a ton of debt, but to be honest, like my kids are only going to be this age for so long. Like I don't want to spend their entire childhood being so strict that we didn't make any memories. Honestly, I don't really care. It's fully justified for me. And so I don't know, this is just your sign that if you are in a similar journey, even if it's not something as extreme as going to Disneyland, like make sure that you take time to also make experiences and take little breaks and treat yourself also so you don't get burnt out during the journey too.
Almost half the people at Disney are going into debt.
45% of parents with children under the age of 18 have gone into some kind of debt going to Disney World. But you know what the even more shocking part is? Most of them say the biggest budget breaker is food and drinks. You know, Disney's really good at penny pinching if you come unprepared.
That's what I was just thinking, if you're unprepared.
60% of the people that do go into debt for it don't regret it at all.
Hashtag worth it.
They see it as the cost of entry to experience something priceless, if that makes sense.
I'm not judging at all.
Of course not.
Yeah,
right?
I get it. I understand it completely.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we've never used a credit card or something.
Points.
Oh, yeah, points.
Guess what generation is in the most debt going to Disney? It's between Gen Z and millennials.
It's millennials, isn't it?
No, it's Gen Z.
Younger?
Yeah. Reason why that would make more sense to me, most of Gen Z probably aren't established in their careers yet. And so they still want to go to Disney because most people see going to Disney as like a rite of passage, right?
I think I get it. It's just hard for me to, we waited for so long to, I know you went to Disney when you were a kid once.
Yeah.
But I didn't go until way older.
Yeah. What percent of people that go to Disney return?
75.
You're very close.
73.
It's 70%.
Okay, that's 70%. A lot. Yeah.
That is a lot. They know how to cater to the people.
I watched a documentary where Walt Disney said specifically he wanted his park to be for parents and kids, not just for kids.
Yeah.
And that stayed true. They do a good job of, there's something for everybody.
They reel us in.
It's whatever the air they're pumping into the parks. Yeah. It's got something in it.
That crack air.
Yeah. We don't say crack air. The crack hair.
Yeah, the crack hair.
Almost half the people at Disney are going into debt.
45% of parents with children under the age of 18 have gone into some kind of debt going to Disney World. But you know what the even more shocking part is? Most of them say the biggest budget breaker is food and drinks. Disney's really good at penny pinching if you come unprepared.
That's what I was just thinking, if you're unprepared.
60% of the people that do go into debt for it don't regret it at all.
Are you guys in any kind of debt right now? Mine's pretty minimal, I think. Credit card and a vehicle, probably about 60. And that's minimal to you? No, it's a lot. What's left on the car loan? 53. What are you driving? A 24 Toyota Tundra. How about you? How much debt do you have?
Probably $75,000. Credit cards and then a car loan as well.
What's your car loan?
Student loans, like 60.
60? What are you driving?
I was
terrible. You rolled over negative equity, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes. Honda Pilot, 25.
What's your car payment?
$1,200.
How about your car payment? $982. I mean, you're just giving away the income every month at this point, right?
Yeah.
How much student loans we have left?
I probably have $100,000 in student loans.
Okay, add it all up in your head. I think we're doing this for the first time. How much debt do you have total?
I'm going to say at least $180,000.
Can you tell me, did you guys pay cash for the trip?
For half of it.
The other half is on what?
A Disney card.
Oh, the Disney credit card. What do you get for putting it on the Disney card versus any old other card?
It has 6 months special financing, so there's no interest for like 6 months.
Okay, so is your plan to pay it off in 6 months?
That's the plan, yes.
That is the plan if we can do that for sure, yeah.
That doesn't instill confidence. You're like, if we, because otherwise it's going to like crank up to what, 29% APR or something crazy?
Right, yeah, absolutely.
Do you guys have any debt right now?
Yes.
How much?
My student loans, they're about 100,000.
What was your degree?
Business administration.
How much total do you have in debt?
Probably around 128,000, I'd say total.
Do you ever feel like, I'll just die with the debt? Like, is there a game plan to be like, I'm going to pay this off in 3 years? Or is just kind of like, I'll make my payments?
It's going to be probably in about 15 years, I'm assuming I'll get it paid off. I don't know.
How old are you now?
I'm 22.
Waiting for someone to do a deep dive into this really interesting subculture of Disney adults, the people who visit the theme parks 1, 2, 3, 4 times or more every single year, how they pay for it, why they do it, and this incredible piece from the New Yorker really delivers in a bunch of different ways. The piece is called "Are Disney Adults the Happiest Debtors on Earth?" and it includes a survey that finds that 1 in 4 adults go into debt in order to pay for their Disney vacations. The article shocks you right from the beginning. It starts focused on this college freshman who decides that she wants to relive her childhood and, in the middle of college somehow finds the time to visit Disney World 7 times within 2 years and goes from having $15,000 when she starts college to having $5 at the end of those visits. Another person you read about goes $17,000 into debt after visiting Disney World 10 times over 5 years. One person talks about how, they worry about the prices of gas, groceries, paying for a cup of coffee. And yet when they're in Disney World, it's Disney money. It's a Disney coffee. It's somehow suspends their worry and they spend freely. And then at the end of those trips, deal with the consequences. And the other thing is that these surveys also consistently find that the majority of people do not regret their trip to Disney World because Disney delivers. What do you guys think about this Disney subculture? Is it interesting to you? Did you enjoy this article? I'll link to it in my bio, and please continue to share your favorite long form pieces.
$15,000. That woman spent $15,000 without her husband knowing for a Disney cruise. I now see why they call it girl math. Because how in the world did you think it was a good idea to pay $15,000 for your family of 6 to go on a cruise when I paid $818 for my family of 2? Me and Dylan are going on a cruise. I don't care if Mickey Mouse is going to sleep in the bed next to my kids. $15,000 for a cruise is crazy. That lady said, but what about the experience? The kids are going to love it. They want the experience. All that I can think for that man is $15,000 worth of overtime. $15,000 worth of you being away from your children to only still hear your wife complain about, you weren't here to help me get the kids in the bed tonight. I feel so unsupported. You wanted that $15,000 cruise. Now, based on the husband's response, he was not on board. They had already talked about it, probably had already told her no, and she went and booked it anyway. Now, I would have called and disputed the charge or canceled the cruise and got my money back because I said no. But it is the disregard for her husband's financial well-being, mental well-being, and physical well-being, all because you want your children to experience a Disney cruise. Ma'am, no, she hadn't booked no flights. She hadn't booked a hotel where they may have to stay until they leave the next day. That was just the cruise. There is no way that the people in the comments that are supporting this have any financial literacy, just like I know she doesn't have any. Y'all will put y'all's family in debt. Women, I'm talking to y'all, not you, but them. Y'all will put y'all's husbands, y'all's family in debt for an experience. And then when that man is grumpy and mad and angry because he's been at work for weeks and weeks trying to get the experience paid off, well, I'm just not happy anymore. And I feel like we need to go our separate ways because you've just just not loving me like you used to. Yeah, because that man is at work 24 hours a day trying to keep up with a lifestyle that he keep telling y'all we can't afford. I cannot believe the people in the comment section of that video is saying, oh yeah, that's about right. That's the normal price. No, it's not. No, it's not. If I didn't have the conscience that I had, baby, I'd be in sales. Because I could make y'all buy sand in the desert. Because y'all are some goofies, boys. Silly. $15,000. That woman spent $15,000 without her husband knowing for a Disney cruise. I now see why they call it girl math. Because how in the world did you think it was a good idea to pay $15,000 for your family of 6 to go on a cruise when I paid $818 for my family of 2? Me and Dylan are going on a cruise. I don't care if Mickey Mouse is going to sleep in the bed next to my kids. $15,000 for a cruise is crazy. That lady said, but what about the experience? The kids are going to love it. They want the experience. All that I can thank for that man is $15,000 worth of overtime. $15,000 worth of you being away from your children to only still hear your wife complain about you weren't here to help me get the kids in the bed tonight. I feel so unsupported. You wanted that $15,000 cruise.
Nearly $100,000 of debt. Do you have any trips coming up? I mean, you're looking for trips. What trips are coming up?
So,
please don't tell me trips are coming up.
Well, I've been trying to plan a Disney cruise.
Oh, that's insanely expensive.
Exactly.
What is that? How much is that going to cost?
Well,
how much is that going to cost?
For the weeks that I needed to go. So it had to be specific because he can't get off work. He has shut down on 2 weeks a year. So the price for the week we needed to go was going to be $8,000 for the cruise.
Oh my! That is a month of your income, lady. You said you want to control the money because you cannot trust him so that you guys can pay off debt so that you can get married. That is what you opened this conversation with. You, that is not the truth. That is both. That is both. That is both. That is both. That is a lie. You don't care about that. You care about prioritizing the fun you want to do.
It's for
the fun that you want to do.
Why ruin their childhood because of my bad choices?
I never went on a Disney cruise. My childhood wasn't ruined.
Well, it's actually cheaper than going to Disney World, so I actually thought this was the cheaper option.
I didn't go to Disney World until I basically was graduating high school. It did not ruin my childhood.
Well, I've never been either, so I just...
Okay, you're not a child. I'm not afraid of ruining your childhood. And again, what you just said right there, justifying that, is just clearly showing that you are prioritizing your fun. The fun that you want to do. Because I haven't gone either. I'm 25. Oh my goodness. You had your little birthday trip, max out a card, not paying it off. You just pay, you can put on for a trip last weekend. You're about to go on a Disney cruise. It's going to be $6,000. Lindsay, did you go to Disney cruise as a kid? Was your childhood ruined?
Right now? How are y'all affording these Disney vacations and these cruises?
I have to whisper because my husband's asleep. But no Disney vacations for us. We have 5 kids, so 7 people. And I went to Google Flights and I typed in depart from Boston because that's like 3 hours away and 7 people. And I chose the dates we wanted. And then I hit explore. And what that does is it gives you a price to travel for your whole group. 7 people, round trip, personal item only. That is key. Personal item only. Anyway, $793. Thank you, Spirit Airlines. We went to Florida, Fort Myers. And then I went on Airbnb, $1,400 for a 4-bedroom, 2-bath, fucking beautiful home with its own pool. Yeah. And then we have a membership to our local science center. So we went to the science center because there's 7 of us. We had to pay for 1 kid. It was $15 and they got to touch a stingray. And then we spent $100 and we went snorkeling, or not snorkeling, kayaking at a manatee park. And then we spent $90 and we went to bikes and we rode to the beach. We did some other cool stuff too. We got ice cream once, yeah. But because we had a full kitchen, we went to the grocery store, and it's the same thing. We went out for lunch once and dinner once, but legit $3,200. Oh, we rented a car. Yeah, $3,200 for 7 people. I feel like that's a miracle. But we did a lot of hiking. Fuck Disney. Fuck that shit. But yeah, that's how. Google Flights.
The trips are coming up.
So,
please don't tell me trips are coming up.
Well, I've been trying to plan a Disney cruise.
Oh, for fuck's sake, that's insanely expensive.
I
What is
know.
that? How much is that going to cost?
Well,
how much is that going to cost?
For the weeks that I needed to go. So it had to be specific because he can't get off work. He has shut down on 2 weeks a year. So the price for the week we needed to go was going to be $8,000 for the cruise.
Oh my, that is a month of your income, lady. You said you want to control the money because you cannot trust him so that you guys can pay off debt so that you can get married. That is what you opened this conversation with. You, that is not the truth. That is both. That is both. That is both. That is both. That is a lie. You don't care about that. You care about prioritizing the fun you want to do.
It's for
the fun that you want to do.
Why ruin their childhood because of my bad choices?
I never went on a Disney cruise. My childhood wasn't ruined.
Well, it's actually cheaper than going to Disney World, so I actually thought this was the cheaper option. I didn't go
to Disney World until I basically was graduating high school. It did not ruin my childhood.
Well, I've never been either, so I just...
Okay, you're not a child. I'm not afraid of ruining your childhood. And again, what you just said right there, justifying that, is just clearly showing that you are prioritizing your fun. The fun that you want to do. Because I haven't gone either. I'm 25. Oh my goodness. You had your little birthday trip, max out a card, not paying it off. You just pay, you can put on for a trip last weekend. You're about to go on a Disney cruise. It's going to be $6,000. Lindsay, did you go to Disney cruise as a kid? Was your childhood ruined? I got a solid no. What about you, Jake? No, sir. Oh, I don't think their childhood is ruined. They're living pretty good adult lives.
It's just this is the only way I can be okay with working all these hours and working all the time.
No, it's not. You need coping mechanisms. You need better discipline. It is not. You are forcing yourself to work extra hours.
I was talking to a coworker recently about how I wanted to do a Disney cruise after I got out of debt. He told me, just put it on a firm. Now that I've been on this debt payoff journey for the last 8 months and I see how hard it is to pay off debt, I said, hail to the no. Their mentality is they're not going to put vacations or having experiences with their kids on pause just because they're in debt. But for me, it just makes life way more stressful to finance a vacation that I cannot afford. I'm still paying for decisions I made 4 years ago. Now, in 2026, my plan is to go hard at my debt, pay it off, and then take a stress-free vacation with all the kids to celebrate. I've paid $30,000 towards my debt, and if you want to watch me get to $0 in debt by the end of this year, follow along, hit all these buttons for me, and I'll see you back here tonight. Bye, guys. I was talking to a coworker recently about how I wanted to do a Disney cruise after I got out of debt. He told me, just put it on a firm. Now that I've been on this debt payoff journey for the last 8 months and I see how hard it is to pay off debt, I said, hail to the no. Their mentality is they're not going to put vacations or having experiences with their kids on pause just because they're in debt. But for me, it just makes life way more stressful to finance.
All right, guys, so what you think about it? I mean, it's insane, right? I want to hear what's your thoughts. Please comment down below. But it amazed me the amount of people who are willing to go into more debt just because they want to go to Disney. And most of these people, they're adults. Even if you have kids, my opinion is this. Even if you have kids, I feel like you don't have the luxury to take your kids to Disney if you are struggling with debt that you haven't paid off. Because the issue with these debts, they don't come free. They cost you money. You have to pay interest on these debts. So the longer you are not paying them off, the more it's going to cost you to pay off these debts. The less freedom you have for you and your family and your kids, right? So it's insane the amount of people are willing to just they're willing to just go out here, just forget about the debts and just spend, just add more debts into it. And the crazy part too sometimes is how much Disney costs for stuff that to just to go visit Disney, to buy their merchandise. Sometimes it's very, very expensive to go to a Disney cruise. I saw one of the person who mentioned they spent $15,000 just for a Disney cruise. That's just insane to me, right? It's really crazy. What should you guys think about it? Please comment down below. I want to hear your thoughts, and thank you so much for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.